Hello ladies. So we are gonna do a car vlog while I am on my way to go pick up my baby from daycare. So I'm having some complications with this FET, and I'm hoping maybe you guys can give me some insight and let me know what do you think is the best thing, and then I'll kind of make my decision from there, because I'm waiting for a call back. Sorry for the horrible lighting, from my nurse. Sorry. So my FET was originally scheduled for the transfer date of the 4th, February 4th. However, I had to start my cycle by the 18th of January. And of course my body never cooperates with me. So I didn't start my cycle on the 18th of February, which was this past Friday. Sorry, I'm like trying to adjust my seat here. I don't know what's going on. Let me fix this. Oh, yeah, that's better. So I didn't start my cycle on the 18th. I started on the 21st, which is 3 days late. So she had my nurse had originally told me, because that happened to me my first FET. The second one it worked fine. The first one though, my cycle was also late. So I asked, if that happens, when would my transfer date be? And she said that it would have to be, the clinic changed the way they do things, and so the lab is not open every day like it used to be. So it would be the 18th, 19th, 20th, or 21st, I think, were my 4 choices. Basically every day besides Friday, which I wanted a Friday, but they wouldn't do. So whatever. So I went for the 18th of February was what my thought was, because I have that day off of work, which would be nice, because then I could use another vacation day for the following day, and I basically have 2 days off to rest and only have to use one of my vacation days. So that was my plan. So when I didn't start, I called her on Friday, and she was actually out of the office, so she got back to me today. Well, I emailed her then, because sometimes it's easier to get a hold of her through email. And she let me know, and I let her know that my cycle started, but not until yesterday, and that I was going to go ahead and just do my transfer on the 18th, which I was kind of bummed about, but I was like, maybe it'll end up working out better anyways, so I'll do it on the 18th, and she emailed me back and said that the 18th is no longer available, that I have 2 options. I can pick 19th, 20th, 21st, or I can keep on schedule, which I didn't know why she didn't give me that option before, because I was already bummed that I was going to have to move it. That I can keep on schedule and do my transfer on the 4th, as long as everything looks good, my lining looks good. So now here is my dilemma. If I stay on track, I still have to go for a lining check. But my thought is, what if I go for the lining check? Because when you go for a lining check, that's when you pay for your cycle, for the transfer and everything. So my thought is, what if I go for a lining check, I pay my fees, because you pay that before you get back there, then they check my lining and they say it's no good. Surely some of that money is going to go towards that ultrasound that I just had, and then maybe there'll be a small credit, towards the next one. But I also have my deductible. So I basically would, it's just basically, I don't want to go in and get a lining check and then say, no, your lining's not good, and then I have to go for another lining check in a couple more weeks, and it's like, how much is that going to cost? I'm not made of money, and it's the beginning of the year, so I have my deductible, and like I said, granted, I'm very, very thankful and lucky that, I have the insurance coverage. I don't want to knock that, but I still have to come up with a deductible, and that's still money. If I'm not anticipating spending, we are on a very tight budget, and I cannot just come up with a couple extra $100. So that's kind of my first dilemma. My other thought was, or second dilemma, I guess, is that I was trying to do it. The last 2 transfers I did, I only took off the day of the transfer. And granted, I work at an office. I sit at a desk most of the day, but I do get up and get ready and get the baby, pick her up, take her to daycare, drop her off. I have a busy day in the morning and the afternoon. So my thought was that I should probably take 2 days off this time. I don't want to keep having to go through FET, and maybe that has nothing to do with it, but it certainly cannot hurt to have an extra day to rest and relax and kind of plan, and my mom can take the day off too and come and help me with the baby until my husband gets home. So that's kind of my other thought process. So it would have been nice if I would have only had to use one vacation day, because I also don't want to waste all my freaking vacation time on this, because my work only pays a little bit of maternity leave, and then you can use your vacation and stuff. So it's like, it was nice when I had my daughter, I had like a week and a half of vacation that I saved throughout the year. So it was nice to get that extra money, you know, pay when I was on maternity leave. So, and then on top of that, this past year, I used almost all my vacation, pretty much all of it. Well, I wouldn't say all of it, maybe 5 days. I get 18 days a year. Probably 5 of those were actual, like, we went on vacation and did stuff. But the rest of them, you know, she was sick a lot. And I'm hoping with the new daycare that won't happen. But if she is sick, I'm not going to send her to daycare. And I'm going to take the day off. So that's the other issue, is I don't want to waste all my PTO. I don't want to say waste, because it's not a waste. I'm doing something. But, you know, hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. I don't want to just keep taking days off, because my work doesn't let me use, like, hours. I either have to take a full day off or a half a day. I can't use a couple of hours. I can do makeup time for a couple of hours, but that's harder with the baby. So, I just have a whole bunch of stuff going on in my head. So, my two options were, I could either talk to her and see if I can do it, maybe push it back the same week of the 4th, but do it like on the 7th. I think the 7th is like a Thursday, because they don't do Fridays. So see if I can maybe do it on that Wednesday or Thursday. Do my transfer, so that will maybe give me a few more days, and then the line check would be pushed back. So I really would be okay. Like, I'd be on schedule just for a normal FRT, because I've never had a problem with my lining in the past when we do the right timing, if that makes sense. So that was kind of my first thought, and I think that's probably what I'm more leaning towards. The other option would be to wait until that week of the February and pick one of those days, and, you know, take the 2 days off, and just, you know, either way, I'm gonna basically have to probably use 2 days of PTO or a vacation. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna you guys are in my work. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Is I'm gonna either have to take, unless I can get a transfer later in the day, like at 1, and then I can do a half day, because in my half day, if I took a half day, I'd get off like at 11, so then I can do a half day and then do a full day the next day. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. But I kind of want you guys' opinions on what you think I should do. Like, almost, and when I first got the email, I know this is really irrational, and maybe it's because I'm already on the estrogen, I don't know. But basically, in March, we're not doing anything. So if nothing happens in February, then we're not doing anything until April, because I really would like to avoid having a baby born in December. I know that sounds probably really dumb, but that's kind of me and my husband's thought process. So, yeah. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Yeah, so I wanted your guys' opinions, I guess, on just what would you do if you know, would you go ahead and just do it as soon as possible? But I just felt, that's what I was going to say, is that when I got the email, I just felt like, you know, maybe this isn't a good time, like, maybe this is, like, the stars telling me something kind of thing, like, maybe I should just wait and take everything, you know, don't do anything until April, like, maybe I'm trying to rush things, I don't know. At first I was so anxious to do it, and I was adamant I wanted it as soon as possible, you know, in February, which was how we got to the 4th, and then when I found out about my period, and I almost knew it wasn't going to be on time, and then I finally came to terms and thought it would actually be better to have it on the 18th, because I would only have to use one vacation day, and I could take 2 days off, which I wanted to do. So I was like all excited for the 18th, and then I get the new crushing news that I can't do it on the 18th, because that day is now full. So now I'm like, oh crap, either way I'm going to have to use 2 of my vacation days. You know, and now it's like, so now it's just a matter of, do I want to do it earlier in the month or later in the month, or should I just scrap the whole month? Like, I don't know, I feel so confused and so at a loss. Part of me just thinks I should just try to see if they could do it on like the 7th of February, which is a Thursday, and take Thursday and Friday off of work and have the long weekend. You know, and everything will be fine, and that will give me a few extra days to thicken up my lining. But I don't know. I'm so confused and at a loss. So if you ladies could please give me your input. Hopefully, this video is like all over the place. And once I talk to the nurse, I'll make another video of the update and kind of what I decided. But whatever you ladies could, it's so weird because I see myself, but the camera's over here. But yeah, so whatever you ladies can do to give me input would be greatly appreciated. And I will do, like I said, another video once I talk to the nurse and get an update. Okay? Bye, ladies.